Hey, amazing human. Welcome to the first official episode of From Chaos to Cozy. And this is the first episode of our super cool adventure. But first, because you are a human having a human experience here on Earth, at this time in our society, it's quite possible that you might be in fight or flight mode chronically. So we want to start off by calming down our bow hiney. So if you'd like to join me, take a deep breath in through your nose, counting slowly. 1, 2, 3, in, and hold it for a count of 1, 2, 3. And then slowly exhale through your nose, counting slowly 1, 2, 3. So let's try that again. Inward. Hold. Exhale. Now try it again, but this time make sure not to only breathe in through your chest, but also engage the lower gut area. So let your body expand as you breathe in deeply. And it might feel a little tight in your chest because we don't normally breathe this deep on a regular basis because we don't have the active lives as our earlier ancestors. You can breathe in through your nose and try doing to a count of 4 if you can. Hold it for 4 and exhale for 4. You might feel a little lightheaded for a moment because we're not used to all that oxygen. So let's try that. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Don't you feel more peaceful? Good if you do. If not, then you might want to try it a few more times. So whenever our little human inside of us feels unsafe or out of control, it usually goes into a fight or flight mode. But deep breathing can bring us back into a place of non-fear. So it's a great tool to remember. And look at that. You've got a tool already right off the bat, or at least a reminder of a tool that you might have already known that you have in your little toolbox. All right, well, let's get into it. So I want to start by first talking about what chaos and cozy are and what they represent to us. You know, that's one of the confusing things about this human experience. You know, thinking that this dimension is all there is and feeling trapped with limited choices. We get caught up in the part that we're playing as a human here, but we're so much more than the character that we're playing here. We are powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. This is the mighty actor behind this human character. So why come here and go through that experience then? Good question. One huge thing that attracts us to this plane of existence is the experience of what Spirit has called the scavenger hunt. You know, on the other side, when we want to know something, we know it, immediately because we're connected to the all-knowing. We want to, know what it's like over there, and immediately we're present there. We don't really get to experience the process of moving towards something, of not knowing, and also the unknown. But we get the chance to experience that here in this physical realm because we shield ourselves from that powerful side of ourselves. We're very curious beings. Our spirit soul is able to experience many different dimensions and lifetimes all at the same time. But this human life is one we witness as individuals, disconnected from that all-powerful higher self. We are higher vibrational love energy beings, and coming here to a place of lower vibrational love energy allows us to understand our true self more clearly. It's like breathing air here on Earth. We may not really understand what breathing air is until we are 6 feet underwater looking up at air and go, that is air. We understand more clearly the non-air around us as well as the air above the water, and we have a new appreciation for each as well. That's our experience here. In experiencing sadness, we understand the joy of our natural state. And when we experience the conditional love of this realm, we understand the unconditional love of who we really are. When we experience the chaos, we more fully understand the cozy. So what is this journey from chaos to cozy? All right, well, what is chaos? Chaos is this realm that we're living in. It's a place of instability, of the temporary, a place of opposites, a place where we can experience lack and disappointment. And we'll cover these in more detail in future episodes with tools to help with transforming them. But let's talk about each of those just briefly from a big picture point of view. So instability, we're given 3 cups of the areas of our life that are unstable. It's relationships, situations, and things. And each of those, we're told, are supposed to make us feel full and stable and whole. But, relationships, people change, people walk away, people pass away. Very unstable. Situations like jobs and education and social status and different things like that never stay the same, thus unstable. And things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, all of those things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, and are stolen. So the instability is experienced here in this plane of existence. And it is all temporary. Like we said, all of those areas, those 3 cups that we experience life through, they are all temporary, ever-changing. So if they fill us up, or feel like they do even for a moment, it doesn't fill us up for long. I usually say it's like American Chinese food. You eat it, and you're hungry an hour later. And, of course, we talk about this is a place of opposites. That's how we get a clearer picture of who we are, by experiencing the opposites of something. Here we have cold and hot, and night and day, and dark and night, and soft and hard, and smooth and rough. There's just opposites all over the place for us to experience the contrast between things. And in experiencing what something is or is not, we understand it more clearly. We also experience lack/abandonment because of us interacting with humans. And we'll talk about how the human has the tendency, it's part of the human experience, that when it feels unsafe and out of control, that little child inside of us, we will withdraw. We become very selfish, very much abandoning everyone else for survival, because we go into survival instinct. And then once we are done fearing, then we will give again. But that's how we experience abandonment, being left behind, feeling out in the cold, and all those feelings of lack. So that's this world. And then disappointment. We're given a long list of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and must in this world. And when those things are not met, which they will not be, because no one can obey everything we want them to obey 100% of the time. And the whole entire world cannot do it even for 1 second. So we are going to experience disappointing others and being disappointed because of all that world of should. So those are a lot of the, tendencies or some of the characteristics of this world of chaos. And chaos is a place of fear. And I sometimes refer to this realm as a giant amusement park full of fear rides. So there's plenty of opportunities to experience fear all around us. But it is something we don't experience on the other side back home. So understanding that this is how the world is designed somehow has helped me to accept it for what it is. And knowing it is not how I am ultimately gave me the power to transform things because I knew I had power over them and not them having power over me. And what is cozy? So know that there's nothing wrong with chaos. We come here specifically to experience it. There's no good, there's no bad, there's just different experiences that have different choices, that come from different choices. Everything is love energy, just at different spectrums. And that's something amazing to understand. Like a thermometer, it's just a measurement of what temperature something is, but it's all temperature. When does something stop being hot and become cool or cold? It's really all perspective. And our natural state is cozy, the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that we are is made of cozy. We are perfect. We are endless. We are limitless. But as I mentioned before, if we don't experience the opposite of what we truly are, how can we clearly understand ourselves? Thus, we have, a choice and we've chosen to have endless experiences, expressing who we are in some dimensions. And in some dimensions, like the earth and the physical plane, we also want to experience what we are not. We come from cozy. And part of us, like the little tip of our pinky, dabs itself in the chaos to feel what it feels like and to learn and to grow. The journey starts off, where we're unaware of our higher self, veiled from our powerful cozy. And as children and teenagers, even into our 20s, 30s, 40s, etc., we do experience the life of the human, doused in fear, reacting, going into fight or flight. And when that happens, our little child self throws out the intelligent, compassionate, and loving side of our human, and a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat are in charge for a bit until it feels safe and in control again. And it will do all sorts of unintelligent, unloving, and uncompassionate things to accomplish this task. That is what I consider the journey of master number 11 of numerology. And we must vibrate at this lower love energy to draw lower vibrational things so that we can experience them. Then at some point, most of us have chosen a time in our lives where we become aware of our higher self, the two of us. So that becomes the journey of the master number 22. Some spiritual traditions and organized religions will tell us that we must destroy that number 11, our ego, our shadow, whatever you'd call it. But in actuality, what we do to move forward is add number 11 and 22 together to get master number 33. That is our higher self completing our human ego and the human inner children, not destroying them, completing them. And then we walk hand in hand with both sides of us, experiencing this human world in a whole new way. And we, of course, will talk more about all of that as we move along our adventure from chaos to cozy. And this feels like a good start, knowing where we came from, where we are, and where we're going. And in the next episode, we'll start talking about some things that have brought us to where we are now and some tools on transforming to a higher energy. Till next time, remember every second of every moment of our lives that we are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Hang in there and take care of you. We'll see you soon.